Let's make a home fit for a fairy. This is a fairy house I've already made from a dollar store wooden home. You can find these in the craft section at many local dollar stores. This has been painted all sides, embellished with a variety of different materials. We've got faux plants, there's some natural materials, some flowers, and some jewel-like embellishments. So we're going to do a brand new Dollar Tree fairy house, and I'm going to take you along for the journey.
Step 1, head to the dollar store. Step 2, select your house. So many to choose from.
So this is the wooden house that I got at my local dollar store, and we're going to be turning this into a fairy home. $4. My idea for the color scheme for this house is actually a purple and green themed home. I don't know how this is going to go. I haven't used this color scheme before, but let's see what we come up with. Base color is green, so we're going to use quite a bit of that. And then I have a dark teal. Now, I don't know if this is more blue or more green, but let's find out. Looks like it's going to be a more blue shade, which might actually be perfect for this color combination. I am going for green, but we'll see how these mix together. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you guys can see this color. It is absolutely gorgeous. This was more the color I was going for. This is almost a forest green, I want to say. It is so beautiful. Start, I think, on the roof. Why not start with the roof? And we're just gonna get to painting. So the roof is all done being painted. I don't know if the camera is capturing it. They're actually different shades of green. I mixed a little more of the lime apple green color to the original and got a different shade. And I think they're both beautiful. I love having different shades in the same project. I think it is so fun. Shade of blue to this green mixture and probably a little more of that apple green and see what we come up with. Oh, we're gonna add Kelly green this time. I forgot about this one. Let's see how this goes. Look at that color. That is so pretty. I actually think I am gonna do the front with this color. It is so beautiful. Next, we are breaking out my favorite color, which is purple, and we're going to paint some purple mushrooms on the sides and or back of this little fairy home. And sometimes this happens when I paint. I forget that things are still wet and I make little mishaps. Whatever this brush creates, I have no idea what it's gonna look like. Just some kind of a whimsical mushroom is what we're going for here. In a gorgeous shade of violet. step 2 is complete. We let this dry and then the real fun begins. We have all kinds of embellishments we're going to use to make this little home fit for a fairy. This is a bag of various faux flowers and foliage. I will dive right into here, see what we can use. I have some butterflies. These are just from a dollar store. These are flowers and foliage that I used my flower press and dried from my own garden. So these are natural materials. This is actually seaweed from local beaches on Vancouver Island. All these different colors are seaweed. It is dried. And I thought maybe we could put some in this fairy house somehow. There's a little bit of natural moss from Vancouver Island that I dried out. Over here, this is actually part of my huge sea glass collection. I used to be an avid sea glass collector on Vancouver Island. We get a lot of sea glass as well as other materials that wash up on our beaches. And yes, it is legal to collect sea glass on Vancouver Island. And I also have this bag, which I've actually never dived into. This is a collection of random pieces of stuff that was found on the beach. Most people would call it garbage, but there are some interesting pieces in here. So I might dive into here, see if there's anything I could repurpose for this fairy house and give it some character. So that is what we're working with. There's more sea glass in here as well, all different colors. So let's get to work. First, we're going to start with gluing the seaweed onto this little home. And we're just going to use a hot glue gun and glue it right on there, just like that. I think it gives a little more dimension and character to this house. And I love the contrasting colors with the light. There's a little bit of purple in the seaweed, so I think that is so pretty. Next, we are going to glue some of these faux foliage. I think these are rose leaves onto the roof to add a little more dimension as well. Make it look like this fairy house has a little more depth, I'm gonna say. So I'm just gonna take my hot glue gun and put some glue on the roof. And it looks like I'm gonna need more glue. This is a very, very short cord, and that's why we're at a strange camera angle right now. That's why I'm on the floor, because I should get an extension cord or something, but I haven't done that yet. So I'm trying to put this into my glue gun, but I don't know if it actually fits. I ran out of the original glue, and this is from the dollar store, but I don't know if it fits in my glue gun. There's still a piece left, so we'll see if this is gonna work. So we're just going to put this rose leaf stem onto the fairy home, just like so. And whatever way it's going to stick is the way it's going to go, wherever the glue ends up, essentially. So we've got a little bit of character starting to emerge on this home. Now we're going to glue a little bit of more foliage to the other side of the roof. Different foliage here. Not sure if this is lily foliage or what it is, but I'm going to get some of this and put it on here. Just going to add some more glue to this house. Just like so, and we'll add a few more. Next, we're going to go ahead and add a giant flower to the roof of this fairy home. Just gonna add a little bit of glue first. See exactly where we want it, somewhere like that. And my glue gun is almost empty. I'm gonna get that other piece into it. Drop the remnants here. Let's see if this flower is going to stick. Oh, it is. I think it's gonna stick. So that is really cool. I love how that is looking. So now we gotta dive down and start working on the sides and the interior of this fairy home. And next we are going to add some of that natural moss that I harvested myself on a morning walk here. I think we're gonna add it to the bottom. So I'm gonna get some more glue going here. Oh, it's coming out well now. And we're just gonna place that on the bottom of the fairy home, just like that. And I think we need a little more color down here. I'm thinking about these little flowers. We could add some of these flowers maybe to the corners of this fairy home. I think that is lovely. One on each side seems like a good idea. So that is what we're looking like right now. Now let's turn around. So we've got a few more sides to embellish here. Let's see what we can do with the mushroom. I've never tried to glue sea glass to this type of situation. We're going to see how well a glue gun holds up for this. And hopefully the glue is strong enough to hold these little pieces of sea glass. Oh, I think it's going to work. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and do that to all of these little spots on the mushroom. I really love these sea glass embellishments. I think they are so beautiful. Now I'm thinking about perhaps using some brown sea glass on the stem of the mushroom. I think that might be really pretty. So we're going to give that a try. So this is how the mushroom stem turned out. I think it's pretty whimsical. So let's do a little more decorating. We've got lots to do still here. I found this little embellishment in my sea glass collection. I do remember finding this on the beach. Not sure if we're going to use it, but I thought it would be a fun piece to try to incorporate into this fairy garden. I'm wondering if we could put it wondering if this piece would go well right here, kind of as an embellishment. I'm not really sure about that. Maybe we'll find another spot for it, but it's so beautiful. I found a bunch of these little pop can, what do you even want to call these, openers on the beach. I have a collection of these in my sea glass collection. And I thought it would be kind of cool to make like a modern day daisy-like flower on the side of this fairy home. We're going to see how that turns out and give it some jazz. This could be really fun to use these as flower petals or as a outline for a flower. So let's see how this goes. So here is my somewhat postmodern looking flower. I think it is so cool. I did use that gemstone. I used the pop can openers and I used a little faux stem and foliage from my collection. Next, I think we're going to try to add this little piece of seaweed to the side here with the mushroom. I think that'll give this house a little more dimension and character. So I'm gonna get my glue gun. Oops, I've got some other stuff on here. We might have to incorporate that too. We're gonna add some glue down to the bottom here and put that little piece of seaweed onto this home in whatever way it's going to stick. Whoops, we're losing it. Need a little more glue on here. Got that little piece of seaweed attached. I think it is really pretty with that purple color. It goes really well with the purple mushroom. Next, we're going to add some butterflies to this house. I know this is going to make Grandma Sandy very happy. I've got a silver butterfly here. I'm just going to glue that to the side of this home. Next, we're going to add a few more flowers to this house, so right underneath the butterfly at the base. Just like that. So this is how we're looking. I feel like this being the front is actually having the least amount of character. So we're gonna add some character to the front of this fairy home. I have these dried dusty miller leaves from my own garden that I used my flower press to make. And I think we're gonna add these to the front of the fairy house. So that's what we're looking like. And I have some more dried flowers in this flower stash, and I'm gonna add some to the front of this house for a little more color and character. So here is what the jazzed up front of the house looks like. And I had this idea that maybe we should add this vibrant red butterfly somewhere close to the flower on the roof of the house. I think that would be super pretty to put the butterfly up there. So here is my finished dollar store DIY fairy home. This is the front here. We've got lots of faux flowers and real flowers that have been dried for accents. The roof has some faux florals and foliage, a little butterfly. We've got seaweed accents at the top. The back has this little mushroom that was painted on with some sea glass accents, some seaweed at the bottom. Going this way, we have a gorgeous butterfly, some more flowers. And on the side, we have a very postmodern looking daisy flower made from pop can opener lid things, some faux foliage, and a gemstone that I found on the beach. I'm sure it's fake. So this is my version of a do-it-yourself fairy house. Let me know in the comments, do you think this home is fit for a fairy? Do you prefer this home or the very first home that I did? This home. Two fairy homes do you prefer? Let me know in the comments, both from this dollar store, similar concepts. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon with another video. Bye for now.